So I think one of the biggest things that have been happening lately has obviously been the Olympics. The Olympics are huge. It's a big deal. But one of the biggest things that I love about it is this guy, his name is Yusuf Dikek, and he's a shooter. He did shooting in the Olympics and he got silver, and he kind of came out as a meme, and I'm like, what's going on with this guy? What's the big deal? But if you look at the Olympic shooters, they've all got like all of them are using like fancy glasses and LED displays in these glasses to see like pinpoint their accuracy and everything. It's all this crazy shit they got going on. And this guy's literally just he's got his hand in his pocket. He's just got the gun out. Like he just looks like a badass. People are calling him the Turkish John Wick. But yeah, and apparently he just took up shooting recently. It's kind of a weird article because it says he took up shooting after his ex-wife, like he had a trouble with her or something, like some sort of a, a marital spat. And I'm like, that's a little concerning that he took up shooting right after that. It's a little weird, but either way, the guy's fucking got dead aim. He shot just nothing. He just has his glasses that he needs to see, just his regular old glasses, and he fucking shoots a near perfect game. Like if there is a synthetic man at the Olympics, it is Yusuf Dikek. I don't believe that's a real human. Like that is the first cyborg because that guy is just cracked. Fucking love it. Either way, let's get into it. Welcome, everybody, back to NRJB Sport, episode number 123. Speaking of synthetic men, or synthetic women, maybe, right? I know what you're thinking. We're bringing up the Olympics yet again. There's this whole controversy going on. Everybody's talking about it. There's the boxing match, right? You guys knew I was going to talk about it, and how could I not? It's kind of a big controversy. So there was this match, and it was a person named Emaine Khalif, and she was facing Angela Carini, rather, in Olympic boxing. Now, the controversy is that everybody thinks that Emaine Khalif is a transgender fighter. It's actually a man. Now, let me just say, for starters, my stance on this stuff has always been very, very simple. Men should not compete in women's sports. That is, I've said it before, and I will never stop saying it because I don't give a fuck what you think. Because everybody wants to be fucking woke. Everybody wants to be inclusive. I get it, guys. All right? I get it. It's good. You want to be inclusive. But this is one thing where you need to draw the line. Because men are naturally a lot stronger than women. They are. I'm sorry. Jesus, I said it. I got this llama backpack. It's my daughter's. It's sitting on a chair next to me. It's just looking at me, judging me, saying, "You fucking bigot. How dare you say that?" Well, I'm sorry, but it's just true. Women are naturally weaker than men, and men are naturally stronger. So when it comes to these sports like boxing, like combat sports especially, it's just not even fair, right? So the only way that I would be okay with it was if the person that's a trans woman, if they started doing estrogen or whatever they'd have to do, I don't know, do their shit before puberty, and they just totally grew up as a woman, and I'd be more okay with that, but even then it's dicey, right? It's dicey. But there's people, and I've heard it. I had a couple coworkers, again, I'm not going to say their names or anything, obviously, but like I had a couple coworkers that were fighting about this too. And it's just like, I don't get into these arguments at work because I just don't think it's the place to talk about this stuff. Because obviously, again, people get their feelings hurt, and It's just, you can literally be fired for saying anything these days. It's fucking stupid. But my point is, my people were having a spat about this and saying even if it was a trans man, blah blah blah, it wouldn't matter at all. It's like, yeah, it would, or trans woman rather, it would matter. It really would, and I will die on that hill. I'm really sorry, but I will die on that hill because people always say like, oh, this stuff is monitored, it's closely looked after by a doctor, and people, they monitor it. I'm like, yeah, that's great. But it doesn't matter because whoever that person is, they went through puberty as a man and they still have that big ass body. Like right now, I'm a big man. If I start taking estrogen tomorrow, yeah, sure, I might grow tits and, have a good old time, but I'm still going to be a fucking 6-foot monster. Like, there's still going to be that part of me, right? So when it comes to this shit, I draw that line. But, and there's a big but. Having said that, this person, Iman Khalif, that everybody's having a shitstorm about, is not transgender. At least as far as I can tell. I can't see. I know the right wing media, they're going nuts about it, saying like that's a man. And if you look at the picture, it looks like a fucking man. Tits are nowhere to be seen. And the face is very manly. Let's put it that way. But having said that, people are saying this comes from USA Today for a supposed fact check. I mean, it's a fact check from USA Today, so take that with a grain of salt. But it says Khalif is a woman who is not transgender nor identifies as intersex, according to GLAAD and Interact. Khalif reportedly has differences of sexual development known as DSDs. The organization said in a fact sheet released Friday. What's a DSDs? Hold on. What? I'm gonna look that up. What is DSDs? I looked it up. Okay. It means a person's sex development is different from most other people's. Some people prefer to use the term intersex. DSD is an umbrella term for 40 plus individual conditions which develop in the womb. Intersex. Okay, so basically what they're saying there, that's weird because the first thing says she doesn't identify as intersex, but she has DSDs. So I don't know. Like I said, there's obviously something going on there. She's obviously got large amounts of hormones like testosterone. She's probably got more testosterone than your average female. But again, here's the thing: like, if it is naturally a woman, then I mean that dems the brakes, right? And unfortunately, what happened in this whole thing is that the other boxer, Angela Carini, she quit 46 seconds into the match. She said it's terrible. It isn't fair. It isn't fair. It isn't fair. And then, yeah, it says here that she told reporters later that she ended the fight because she had severe pain in her nose. And then she added that she did not believe she was qualified to comment on whether Khalif should have been allowed to compete. So she didn't want to talk about that whole thing. But of course, it went to the internet and people ran with it. So, and the hard fucking right wing guys will always, talk about it. But, and like Trump was talking about, he's like, I will keep men out of women's sports. And yeah, a bunch of other people have been going crazy on it, like Elon Musk and J.K. Rowling. But it's just, the thing is, the problem for me is that you can't tell. You can't tell. Definitely looks like a man, but there's no definitive answer online. Like, I can't find, like, everything says it's a woman, but it's not anything official. It's all left-wing media. And then all the right-wing media saying it's a man. So, like, who do you fucking believe? You know? But according to this fact check, it's saying she has DSDs, which is more of an intersex thing. But then it says she doesn't identify as an intersex. But like, you can't really identify as intersex. You kind of just are, you aren't. So it's like, yeah, it's just a woman that got male traits, I guess. But I don't know. Either way, unfortunately for the people that are outraged, I mean, if she's a woman on a birth certificate, like, she's allowed to compete and she should be allowed to compete. So that's how I feel about that. But, if it happens that everything's wrong and it's really wrong that there really is a man, because honestly, I'm not going to lie. I understand why. Here's the problem, guys. Here's the problem. The problem is people don't pay attention much. Like, and I'm guilty of this too. The amount of times I say shit on here, because I'm always just talking shit. So I just talk shit and then I get things wrong. And then I have to apologize, or not necessarily apologize, just correct the record. But the thing is, there's so much going on. There's so much going on in our world, and there's so much misinformation, and everything is fucking catered, and like everything, nothing is real. There's a reason I call Facebook facade book, because, oh, excuse me, nothing is real anymore. Everything is fucking smoke and mirrors, and you never know who to trust. So, if I end up, like, people just, they're barely paying attention to this stuff, and they're gonna get it wrong. And if you look at that person on a quick snapshot, you're gonna be like, yeah, it's a trans man. Like, that's a trans woman, because it looks like it. It does. Okay, so that's what's happening. I don't think it's like a necessarily like a red pill fucking. They believe anything. It's just like, it's just what you see. That looks. If you saw that, like, if it was the '90s and you saw that woman, you'd think that's a man, like a transvestite, right? You're like, that's what they called them back in the day, guys. It's not my words, all right? Calm down. But that's what you would think it is. So it's just one of those things. People aren't paying attention, right? But from what we've seen, it is actually biologically a woman, so she should be allowed to compete. And again, if I'm wrong, if this is all bullshit, then yeah, fuck that person. They should not be allowed to compete, because I am very much against that. Like I said, if Mike Tyson just decided that he wanted to be a woman, like transition to a woman, identified as a woman, do you think that he should be allowed to fight other women in boxing? Think that'd be fair? Mike Tyson, the fucking monster? Yeah, like, I don't think that'd be very fair. So I don't know. I don't think it's as cut and dry as a lot of people think. And again, like I said, when my coworkers were kind of fighting about it, I'm like, I get it. You two you're both making good points. But like, the thing is, when the person talks about there being no advantages for males that are transitioning, that's complete fucking horseshit. And you don't know anything about sports, apparently, and about human physiologically speaking. Like, fucking ridiculous. But either way, other than that, not much has really been happening. Canada's been kicking ass in the Olympics, and of course, fucking, there's been one other controversy going on. It's kind of funny. Hold on, I'm just gonna look it up here. Where is it? I forgot to bring it up. Yeah, it's right here, because people were talking about how Moist Critical and Sneako were in drama again. Again, these guys don't like each other. None of them ever liked it, and basically they had some sort of a debate online, from what I saw. And I'm just gonna go to the part here. Yeah, I'll just read part of this article here, because I know who they're talking about. Like, Charlie is Critical, and then Nicholas is Sneako. So yeah, I'll just say Charlie and Sneako. That's easier. Yeah, so Charlie and Sneako are two well-known online creators with 17 million YouTube subscribers between the two of them. Oh, this is kind of a biased article. It says, albeit that number only takes Sneako's numbers into account up to October 2023, when he was banned from the platform. Because yeah, he did get banned, and he only streams on, I think, Kick now. Because of their popularity, they are often asked to comment on the topic du jour, which is topic of the day in French, on the latest headline, blah blah blah, drama. Yeah, fans saw the personalities clash. Yeah, Sneako argued over the okay, this is it. Yeah, so Charlie and Sneako argued over the handling of the recent Ava Chris Tyson drama, which is the one we talked about in the last episode. And yeah, so it says Tyson's name sprung in the headlines as the Mr. Beast associated creator was accused of grooming a child. This led to the transgender creator stepping down from a position of the Mr. Beast team. So where Critical and Sneako come into play, come into play has to do with one's relative lack of silence on the subject. So the whole argument happened because apparently, because like Critical, like Charlie's one of those people that makes videos like, this situation is crazy, this is this, so he always talks about every situation, like the Dr. Disrespect thing. He'll be like, the Dr. Disrespect drama is insane. But then when this whole Ava Chris Tyson thing came up, he never posted a video. And basically Sneako was calling him out, saying like Charlie was too pussy to talk about it because he wants that Mr. Beast collab someday, he doesn't want to step on Mr. Beast's toes, right? So, which is fucking kind of stupid. Yeah, right here it says, in a clip via this on X, Sneako was withholding his opinions. Oh, what the fuck? Basically Sneako was saying, Moist Critical is not going to talk about the Chris situation because he wants that Mr. Beast collab. And this caused Moist Critical to respond to the allegations on social media, writing that he wished people would actually bother checking if I've talked about something. And then he pointed to a video where he actually did talk about it in a video. Because he said, wish people would actually bother checking if I've talked about something. I talked about it last night on stream while it was unfolding and posted a short edit from the discussion so even brain-rotted idiots can watch the full thing and see how horrible it is. I will also be making a full video on it as well, which I said too. I'm honestly shocked Sneako isn't defending all this, considering he's been arguing against the age of consent for a while now. Oh. Yeah, and then after an assumed Sneako fan account with the name Sneako Updates on X claimed that Charles had not done enough, as the video had been used as the basis for his argument, was uploaded to his significantly smaller second YouTube channel. The online creator said he did so because the situation was still unfolding. And then Charlie responded to that fan account saying, this account is so fucking weird. Imagine riding cock so hard you make your whole online identity about the streamer you're obsessed with and doing their PR for free. It was literally still unfolding when I went live, and with Dr. Disrespect, I talked about it on stream first and made a video the following day after his first response. Same with this situation as well. Yeah, so basically the whole thing, it was just a stupid drama, right? Like, this is a nothing sandwich, essentially. Sneako thought he wasn't gonna talk about it, but then Charlie's like, well, I was making a video and he talked about it on stream already. So basically, what the hell was it? So the beef between the two streamers then culminated in a debate on Twitch that spanned many topics, but mostly focused on the age of consent, which Sneako has been an outspoken detractor of, and transgender rights. During this verbal sparring match, Moist was criticized for his approach to the conversation, as he was viewed by some as taking the middle road and not satisfying either side of the argument. Following this debate, a post was made in the official podcast Patreon. That's his podcast, saying he would be leaving the show to scale back his time on the internet. Many interpreted this as a reaction to the drama between Moist and Sneako, which with some pondering whether the popular streamer was leaving the internet entirely. Charlie's fans fear, though, uploading a follow-up video where he reassured his followers that he was not leaving YouTube, that he was simply taking a step back from the podcast. He joked that the rumors of his retirement were news to him, and said his decision to leave the podcast was something he had been pondering for months, as he thought he maybe was becoming chronically online. On the debate itself, White elaborated that when the two creators decided to talk on stream, he thought it was a conversation between two streamers and not a kind of debate that he was putting on for his audience. And then he has Charlie's quote here that said, "I thought this was a conversation between him and I, Sneako, not this kind of debate show that he was putting on for his audience. There's nothing in our DMs that indicated that is where it was going. When I joined the call, he asked if I was going to record, to which I said, I can if her wants me to." I'm guessing that means he. He wants me to, but I was also down to just talk. Yeah, he claimed that he did not know that the debate on stream until about an hour and 40 minutes into it. He didn't know it was a debate. Yeah, he made his stance on the subjects covered in the debate clear, saying that he fervently believes in the age of consent and has always been supportive of the LGBTQIA community. So, again, that whole fucking beef, like, that was kind of a boring nothing sandwich, guys. Like, I'm sorry about that, but like, it's been a slow news week. But like, basically the thing is, Sneako's kind of a fucking shit disturber, and him and Charlie have always kind of butted heads. And the thing is, Charlie's a super popular YouTuber, right? He's a streamer, right? So he's been uber popular for like 5 years now. Like, he was always popular, but the last 5 years he's really just blown up, and he's one of the like main faces of Twitch. Well, I think he's on YouTube now, but he's one of the main faces of streaming it, and either way. And you know, people just, whenever somebody's popular, they just want to attack them, right? And I kind of agree, even though I'm a big fan of the official podcast and I love watching the show. And I love all the hosts on there, including Charlie, like Charlie, Andrew, Kaya, and Jackson. I follow them all, and I like them all. I think they're all great dudes. And I think Sneako has some good takes sometimes, but most of the time it's kind of brain dead. He's just kind of a brain dead, crazy right-wing, like, just does things for shock value. So I don't really care for him that much, but he does have some good takes on occasion. But I don't think Charlie is wrong for wanting to take a step back from the internet, because honestly, that's just one of the things. It's, when it comes to the internet, like, it's just, when you're chronically online, it becomes your whole personality, and it just sucks. But honestly, I think we can all take a page out of that book and just be a little less online, because that's why the podcast gets hard for me sometimes, for some of this drama and stuff, because honestly I miss a lot of it, and I'm working so hard, and I have to like pay attention to things to try to make them interesting and try to pay attention to what's going on in the world. But honestly, when it comes to like my job, and I'm just so fucking beat at the end of the day, I don't have time to worry about this shit. I don't have time to look at other people's lives online, and it's just like, I'm just kind of over some of this stuff, and these small beefs are just really stupid, and just it really doesn't help anybody, and people just need to stop going online so much and just take a moment to enjoy life and just chill out a little bit. And that's why, as part of my last part of the podcast here, I just wanted to make kind of an announcement. I talked about last week a little bit, but I'll be talking about this week too. And that's that I am stepping back from this podcast for the month of August. There will be no new episodes in August. This will be the last episode. It's going to be premiering today on August 2nd. And then after that, there will not be any new episodes until September. So, and the reason I'm doing this is just to give myself a mental. I just need a mental break. There's been some shit in my life. You guys know I've talked about it. But it's just like sometimes you got to give yourself a break. And one of the reasons I started this thing was because I enjoyed it. And because I enjoyed doing it every week and I enjoyed talking about things and talking to people. And I think that's one of my problems too, is that I haven't really had anybody on, and that is really where I shine, is where I have somebody to talk to and play off of. And hopefully I can get more of that going on when I come back, but ultimately there will be some solo podcasts, because the thing is, I want to do the podcast regardless, but when you're the only guy that can do it, that's how it has to be. You got to be alone on your podcast. I mean, you can't, if other people are unreliable, or you don't have somebody that wants to be a regular or something like that, then you can't really rely on that, right? You can't force somebody to do something that they don't want to do. So I just, if I found a permanent co-host, that'd be cool. But if not, it's just, it's going to be me. And, but the reason I was doing it is because I liked it. And even when I was alone, I still liked it. I still like doing the podcast alone, but it's just, we're almost to 130 episodes here. Like, we're on episode 123, and you do get burnt out after a while, and that's why I've been having that sporadic uploading. I'll miss a week here, and yeah, some of those weeks I have been busy. I have been super busy doing things, and I mean, I'm always fucking busy. That's just life, right? Everybody's busy. But not only that, but it's just, life is exhausting, and it's just, you gotta really enjoy things. And if you're not enjoying them, and after a while, I just felt like there's some weeks where I didn't even want to do it. Didn't even want to record, because I just didn't feel like it. It just didn't feel fun. So, during this break, I'm going to take this break, and that's all it's going to be, is 1 month. But I just need that month to myself to just recharge and then come back with you guys extra strong. And there might be other content that comes in this month. There won't be a podcast, but if I decide to do something else, then that's great. And maybe I'll feel like I'll have time to do something else. And one of the other problems too is that it's summer and it's super fucking hot here. So, and I don't have air conditioning, so it's just like, it's insufferable to be inside during this plus 30 weather. Like, this room right now is it's plus fucking 30 in this room right now. I am absolutely sweating into this mic. It's gross. So it is my worst time of the year to record, because I just feel like shit. But either way, my point is, I want to give the best version of myself to you guys. And for me to do that, I just need to take a little bit of time off. So I'm just taking the month of August. And I'll see you guys right after my birthday, August 31st. I'll see you guys probably whatever the first week of September is, whatever that Thursday ends up on, Thursday or Friday. I've been mostly recording on Fridays lately. Whenever that arrives, and I will be releasing a podcast then. So, again, I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry. The last few podcasts have been picking up steam. Not really any new subscribers or anything, but we've been, the views have been up a little bit, probably because there's been some big ticket, thumbnails and stuff, like Mr. Beast and stuff. So that probably helps a lot. But either way, I'm going to come back to you guys fully charged. hopefully get some new guests on it. That'd be super awesome. And yeah, we're just going to have a good old time, but I just need this little time to myself. So, as always, guys, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you listening or watching on YouTube, even though there's no even though there's no actual video technically, it's just a still image, but I still appreciate you guys watching. So, as usual, links to all social media are in the description below. And I will see you guys next month. Bye, guys.